So this is our first update on the new 8830C aquarium. So if you watched the previous video, we hardscaped it. I uploaded the planting video. And so this is exactly 1 week after we planted it. So after I planted it, obviously I flooded it right after that and got it up and running with all the equipment, which I will make a separate video on the equipment running this. That might be uploaded sometime. I might film it tonight or film it next maintenance section, but I'll actually show you guys running through the equipment. I think some of you guys might benefit from that and actually like that, so I'll go ahead and do that as well. And yeah, so this tank's been update on this tank. So yeah, it's been doing really good. I just did a water change and clean it up, so it actually looks pretty good right now. But even then, it looked really good. I mean, I was kind of expecting some algae, but I didn't. The only algae that really was here was some green spot on the glass, and really that wasn't even a big of deal. It were just at a few spots, and I got the 88 Pro Razor for that and took that off within seconds, and it looked good. Everything else, there's a little bit of hair algae like on the Ricardia, but everything else looks really good. So yeah, the stems were growing in, so the HA you see is growing tall, so that's nice. So hopefully my goal is to actually have a lot of red stems in this one. Not really a lot, but really make the reds pop out more than because the last tank, the 45P in this office, the Retallic green just took over more, and I really want the red I want the Atra to take over more, and have like a few hints of green stems, but I really want the red to really pop in this tank for sure. But I do have some Retallic green, and then I forget the name of this one, but this is also stem. It has a lot of texture to it, and I like it. It's actually been growing pretty good right here too, right under the light, so it'll add a little bit of texture to the tank, which I like. Definitely mix some. I think I definitely want to add some more stems for sure and mix it up a little bit eventually. So that's kind of the goal there, to have kind of a mixed stem in the back for sure. Add some, make it look a little different and make it look nicer. But yeah, the Monte Carlo, you can see it's kind of creeping down. Everything's growing real nicely. AR Mini is really surprising. It already has a bunch of growth back there. You can see it's kind of already spread it in its area. You got the Pinophilia already kind of coming down, vining down, going right there. And then also the Monte Carlo is growing down and creeping up there. So yeah, we got a little bit growing immersed over there and kind of vining down. So hopefully that kind of stays like that. And then yeah, all the Anubias, S-Repins, Busa, all the rare Busa Flanger I have in here, all doing pretty good. Obviously, you're not really gonna see new growth right away on this stuff just because they're all slow growers. But eventually, we'll see some nice growth, and some of these are pretty cool looking. So hopefully, over time, they'll look pretty sick. And obviously, our biggest one, our Varigage one, that Boost Flanger right there probably runs you about 80 bucks average. It could be more depending on how big of a colony you get. So, but that size is about 70, 80 bucks. So that's definitely one we want to keep in this tank. Definitely keep an eye on. Definitely don't want the Ricardia growing over it. Definitely want to have a big colony of that growing in there, because eventually I do want to get trimmings off of it for sure. But it is a very slow grower. But yeah, everything else, everything's gonna just take time. Obviously, it's only been a week. So there's not gonna be too much growth other than the stems themselves and stuff. But yeah, obviously this tank and the 45P over there as well, both of these started with cycled media, and I just think that makes the biggest difference in the world. The reason why this tank probably saw no algae at all this week is because we started cycled media, which means the tank pretty much just ready to go. Of course, we're gonna have pretty much of a little bit of ammonia leach from the Amazonia that's in there, but other than that, I mean, you pretty much put a cycled canister on there. The tank's ready to go since day one. So I even have some shrimp in here, some cherries here floating around. I may eventually try to add some nicer stuff. I definitely wouldn't mind some like, I don't want to get too much high dollar stuff, because I really want to keep the high dollar stuff to my personal setups. Of course, these are my setups. They're just not in my house, so I just can't keep an eye on them 24/7. But I wouldn't mind some like crystal reds or just something a little bit nicer to put in here for sure. Wouldn't even mind putting that, adding something different in the 45P as well, but there's so much breeding that's already happened in that tank, so kind of hard to start a new colony in there for sure. But I think for this tank, still being new and only having a few cherries in here, I think we could definitely add something nicer for sure. If I get the chance to purchase some crystal reds, which some people sell them locally, so I might actually be able to get a hold of that. I'd rather not order anything online if I don't have to, because I'm about to put an order in myself for my personal shrimps. I'm going to order some really nice shrimps here before not too long. So, but who knows? Maybe I'll just add it all together and actually order some in and put it all in one big, get it all in one big order. Who knows? But yeah, you can see him back there. I think this guy's actually a tiger species of some kind. It's kind of a weird mixture in that 45P, but that's definitely that's a nice tree right there. But when I was putting the few select shrimp that I did put in here, I try to pick out the nicer stuff that was in the 45p, just so if they do happen to breed, it's not ugly like the ones in the 45p. The ones in the 45p are pretty much just brown. Um, Not the nicest. I mean, I wasn't like trying to like do some high-dollar breeds in there, but yeah, they're just not the prettiest of shrimp. But I try to pick some really dark ones in here, ones that look pretty decent, hopefully. But yeah, other than that, yeah, if you guys, I don't want to make this too long, just kind of want to update you guys and give you a quick rundown. Of course, everything's doing really good. We'll start seeing some really growth, you know, here in the next couple weeks. So I'll do this 1 week update, and then honestly, you guys probably won't see an update until probably the monthly update. I think that'll be a good time because that's when the stems will actually be growing in. So the plan is for the stems to kind of be right under that filter outlet. So kind of just a nice round bush. I don't want to get too tall, but just a round bush kind of right at that height. Of course, the pipes, we're running the new Neo pipe, so really nice. Honestly, like fit this tank perfectly. So let's see how the built-in skimmer. And of course, I'll make a video on the equipment, but yeah, the pipes run straight up, so real professional looking. CO2, I was doing maintenance and I was being dumb, and I actually broke the little angle. The YouTube, obviously ADA makes these bins where they look real professional, so they just hang over the side like that and go into there, so you don't have to have an ugly, you know, CO2 airline sticking out. So it's just real nice transition from the outside to the outside tank. But I broke that, so that's why it's all like sticking out real weird right now. So I'll have to get another one of those, so you know it looks all nice, because usually it comes up here, wraps around down, and then I actually have these suction cups where I suction cup the line real nicely down, and it falls down, and that CO2 actually sits right next to the filter itself, so it looks real professional, because obviously this isn't a public setting, so try to make it. But yeah, I'll have to run in tomorrow and come back and actually fix that and fix the CO2. But yeah, I've been running the CO2 just real low, for sure, especially with the shrimp in there. But yeah, it's been doing pretty good. I kind of set it at this pretty much the same bubble rate as the 45p. These both are 10 gallons, so I've been running them about the same rate. And yeah, it seems to be doing perfectly fine. All the plants are looking really, really healthy. So but yeah, I think that's all. Update. If you guys have questions on any of the equipment, any of the plants, definitely let me know. You can follow my Instagram at JJ Aquariums. If you want to personally message me there, definitely do that. Other than that, yeah, next video you guys will probably see on this will more likely be actually equipment run through, and then you guys will get the monthly update for sure when everything's going in pretty good. But yeah, other than that, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next